Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news alright, Bears fans, buckle up. Because there's a lot of exciting, potentially game-changing news coming out of the NFC North, and it centers around something that could significantly alter the trajectory of the Chicago Bears this season. As we all know, the NFL is a league of constant motion, strategic moves, and sometimes bold decisions. And this season, it looks like the Bears are considering their options in the backfield, especially with the recent struggles of their run game and the intriguing possibilities that the upcoming weeks might hold. Let's start by recapping the situation. The Bears, currently sitting around the middle of the pack in rushing offense, are ranked as the 14th best run offense in the entire NFL. That's not bad, but it's certainly not great either. The interesting part is that less than 57% of their total rushing yards, so just 340 yards over the first 3 games of 2025, have come from their running backs. That's a pretty telling stat. It suggests that a significant chunk of their rushing yardage is coming from quarterback scrambles or perhaps even some broken plays, rather than the designed runs from their backfield. Now, looking specifically at the running backs, it's clear they've been a bit underwhelming. DeAndre Swift, who many of us were excited about when he signed with Chicago, has been averaging just 3.5 yards per carry on 42 rushes. That's a number that, while not disastrous, isn't exactly setting the world on fire either. It indicates that Swift, despite his talent and speed, hasn't yet hit his stride in this Bears offense. On the other hand, rookie 7th-round pick Kyle Monangai has had limited opportunities, but has also struggled to make a big impact, averaging only 3.4 yards per carry on 13 attempts. What does this all mean? Well, for now, the Bears might be tempted to stay patient, to give Swift and Monangai more time to develop and find their rhythm. But the NFL is a league that rewards boldness and strategic moves, especially when it comes to improving your roster before the trade deadline. And after their impressive 31-14 home victory over the Dallas Cowboys in Week 3, which definitely boosted team morale and showed what they're capable of when everything clicks, the Bears might see an opportunity to take a more aggressive approach. Here's where it gets really interesting. If the Miami Dolphins continue their current downward spiral, which is possible given they are off to a 0-3 start, the Bears could find themselves in a prime position to make a move. The player everyone's talking about is Devon Achane, one of the most explosive offensive playmakers on the Dolphins roster. Achane, in just his first 31 games, has accumulated over 700 scrimmage yards and scored 25 touchdowns. That's impressive for a young player, especially considering he averages 5.5 yards per carry and has also been a reliable receiver, bringing in 123 receptions. Now, why would the Dolphins even consider trading him? Well, it's not just about performance, it's about the bigger picture. Miami's front office might be forced into a kind of rebuild if they continue to struggle. Starting 0-3 is never ideal, and the odds of them winning more than a couple of games in the next 5 weeks are slim. Rumors are swirling that, if things don't turn around, the Dolphins might even fire head coach Mike McDaniel, which could signal a full-blown rebuild. In that scenario, they could start to sell off some of their key players, especially those with expiring contracts like Achane. He was drafted by Miami with the number 84 overall pick in 2022, and he's certainly earned a big payday with his performance. But if the Dolphins are planning a rebuild, they might prefer to trade him now rather than risk losing him for nothing in free agency. Plus, they already have other young backs like Jalen Wright, a 2024 4th-round pick, and Ollie Gordon II, a 6th-round rookie, in their backfield. So Achane's spot could be up for grabs if the right offer comes along. And that's where the Bears come in. Chicago needs help in the backfield, no doubt about it. Swift is signed through 2026, which makes him a long-term piece, but bringing in Achane could accelerate their rebuild and give them a much-needed boost in explosiveness. Achane's speed and ability to make big plays align perfectly with what the Bears want to develop on offense. They could also clear some cap space to sign him to a meaningful extension after the season, turning him into a cornerstone piece for their future. Now, imagine the possibilities. If the Bears manage to acquire Achane, they're not just upgrading their running game, they're sending a message to the rest of the league, and especially to their division rivals that they're serious about contending now and in the future. Achane's dynamic skill set could complement Justin Fields' rushing ability and open up new avenues for the offense. Plus, it would give the Bears a true home run hitter in the backfield, someone who can take a handoff and turn it into a big gain at any moment. But of course, Achane isn't the only name on the market. There are other talented running backs in the final seasons of their rookie contracts, like Travis Etienne Jr. from Jacksonville, Rashad White from Tampa Bay, Tyler Allgeier from Atlanta, and Breece Hall from the Jets. Each of them has their own story and potential fit with the Bears, but the question remains, are their teams willing to trade them? That's always the big uncertainty. For example, Breece Hall, despite his talent, has had a rough couple of weeks with the Jets, averaging just 2.6 yards per carry recently, which might dampen trade interest. Meanwhile, Atlanta's Tyler Allgeier could be an intriguing option if the Falcons decide not to extend Bijan Robinson, their star rookie. The Falcons might listen to offers if they see a value in trading away their number 2 back. And on the more radical side, some fans have speculated about veteran options like Alvin Kamara from the Saints, but that would come with its own set of risks. Kamara, at 30, is still a quality player, but his contract is expensive, and there are questions about whether the Saints would be willing to part ways with him, especially if they're not fully in rebuild mode. All of this adds up to a fascinating few weeks ahead for Bears fans. The trade deadline approaches, and the front office will have some tough decisions to make. Do they go all in for a proven explosive player like Achane? Do they wait to see if other options materialize? Or do they stick with their current backfield and hope that Swift or Monangai can find their groove? Whatever happens, the potential is there for a seismic shift in Chicago's backfield, and that could be the spark that propels them further into the playoff hunt this season. Now, I want to take a moment to emphasize how crucial it is for the Bears to make smart moves now. The NFC North is an incredibly competitive division, with teams like the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings pushing hard for playoff spots. The Bears have shown flashes of brilliance, especially with Justin Fields and some of their young talent, but they need that extra push, especially in the backfield, to truly contend. An injection of a player like Achane, or even some of the other options, could be the difference between a good season and a great one. The Bears organization has been building steadily, focusing on developing their young core and improving their roster through both draft picks and strategic trades. This upcoming window is critical, and the front office is undoubtedly exploring all avenues to ensure they're not left behind. It's not just about acquiring a star. It's about creating a balanced, explosive offense that can keep up with the best teams in the league. And that's what makes these potential moves so exciting for us fans, because we're on the edge of witnessing a real shift, a new chapter for the Chicago Bears. Looking ahead, it's essential to keep an eye on what the Dolphins do in the next few weeks. If they decide to sell off some big pieces, the Bears could be in prime position to pounce on a player like Achane. And if that happens, it could be a turning point for the team, giving Justin Fields a much-needed weapon in the backfield and elevating the entire offense. It's not just about one player. It's about the message it sends to the rest of the league, that the Bears are serious about winning now and building a competitive team for the future. So, Bears fans, stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep supporting your team because the next few weeks could bring some of the most exciting news we've seen in recent seasons. Whether it's a trade for Achane or another talented back, it's clear that the Bears are exploring all options to make their 2025 campaign memorable. And as always, I'll be here to bring you the latest updates, analysis, and insights as this story unfolds. The NFC North is heating up, and Chicago is right in the middle of the action. Get ready for a roller coaster ride, because it's going to be an incredible season for the Bears and their passionate fans. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think the Bears should go all in and try to acquire Achane before the trade deadline? Or do you believe they should hold tight and see if Swift or Monangai can step up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears, and I love engaging with all of you. Remember, this is a team that's always evolving, always striving for greatness. The next few weeks will be crucial, and I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and breaking news about the Chicago Bears. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's continue riding this exciting wave together. The future is bright, and with the right moves, the Bears can definitely make a deep playoff run and bring that elusive Super Bowl trophy back to Chicago. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.